Cartier buzz down, what now? You just got a bag, you ain't tough now. Now 2000.
I don't know that right. That sound. Hey, what song that is, bro? Hey, that sound kind of tough. It kind of remind me of Draco the Ruler, but it sound tough though. That sound kind of tough. I ain't gonna.
What now?
Project, and this one will be called Unexpected and Respected. And he will release his first single off this album called Overlap.
Cartier buzz down, what now? You just got a bag, you ain't tough now.
Now 2021 will be a good year for him.
YouTube. Man, y'all know what we on, man. We back, man. Happy hump day, man. 4th of July weekend, and we going crazy, 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 crazy. Hold on, man. What's going on? What's going on with the Wi-Fi, bro? Like, Wi-Fi been tripping all day long, bro. But we back, though, man. We back on the second reaction channel, man. I want to say I appreciate you guys for rocking out with us, bro. You did what I'm saying, man. We love y'all, man. We be going crazy, man. So if you ain't tapped in, bro, you don't know what you missing out on, man. So tap in, you feel me? Now let me pull this up for y'all, bro. Boom, 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 boom. How y'all feeling, man? How y'all day been going, bro? Hopefully it been going good, bro. Because the thing about it, man, you gotta control what you can control, man, and what you can't control, you just can't control it, bro. And once you can basically put what you can't control in God's hand, bro, gang, I'm telling you, bro, your life just gonna do a 360 like that, man. You did. Anyway, gang, so we back on the channel, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, hype, make sure y'all sub up, man. Tonight, man, we talking about Rosecrans Tone from Westside Piru. Say he was shot 30 times by some Crips, bro. Damn, like y'all had to shoot him. Y'all had to shoot him 30 times, like, bro. If you shoot somebody that many times, bro, you really got a problem with them, huh? It's personal. Like, if you shoot somebody 30 times, yeah, it just got real. Oh, y'all think? Anyway, man, we talking about Westside Tone, man. Shout out to him, long living. We're gonna tap into it. Let's get it. Boys in the Hood TV, sub my dog. Let's go.
I'ma go get that Hellcat Rosecrans, bitch, but you already knew that.
Welcome to Boys in the Hood TV. Today we're gonna be discussing the life of Rosecrans Tone from the Westside PIRUS. Now, Tone was born Antonio Dotson in September of 1992 in Compton, California. He would be raised near 134th Street along with his siblings. Now, as a kid, Tone would attend Vanguard Middle School. Now, growing up in Compton, he would see a lot of violence in his neighborhood tied to the local gang, the Westside PIRUS. Now, although growing up in poverty and seeing a lot of gang violence, Tone still managed to not let the hood and poverty take away his joy as a kid. Growing up, he was known to always smile and crack jokes with family and friends. But things would all change for him once he and his older brother, Calvin, would start to attend Centennial High School. Now, Centennial High would...
They got down Calvin. I don't know, bro. Calvin looked like he was gonna be he don't look like he was gonna be a street guy. Let's see.
And crack jokes with family and friends. But things would all change for him once he and his older brother, Calvin...
Look at Calvin. Calvin looked like he was bad as hell, bro. He looked like he was aggravating as hell. I know Calvin. Hey, man, I know if Calvin turned into a street guy, bro, the streets of LA really do get to you for sure.
Calvin would start to attend Centennial High School. Now, Centennial High was a breeding ground for gang violence. It had a long history of violence, from shootings to fights throughout the decades.
Nigga,
and going to the school, it would only be a matter of time before Antonio got his put on to the Westside PIRUS. And he will be representing that foul line from 134th Street. And Antonio will start going by Tiny West. Now, although he was known for smiling, he was not the one to be tested. He was known for getting his squabble on, and it was said that he put a lot of dudes on their pockets. And in 2006, his brother Calvin will be arrested and convicted and sentenced to over 20 years in prison. Now, with his brother...
Nigga, that Calvin, I told you, boy. The streets of LA, boy, they'll get you. The streets of LA will get you, boy. Like this, like, bro, this right here is this kid right here, bro. This is the same kid. This is the same kid. Where he at?
Always smile and crack jokes with family and friends. But things would all change for him once he and his older brother, Cal...
That's Cal. That Calvin right there, bro. That Calvin right here. That Calvin on the right. As a kid. Now look what LA did to Calvin, cuz. Turned that nigga into a killer. Trey.
And sentenced to over 20 years in prison. Now with his brother locked up, this would affect Tone heavily. But Tone also would start finding himself getting in trouble with the law. And by 2011, he will be extremely active in the streets. And on April 29th, he would get arrested for 2 counts of robbery. Now he would ultimately take a plea deal and get 1 robbery charge dismissed. But by August, he would be sentenced to 2 years in prison. Now once he got out,
hey, to all my criminal people, right? And I know I keep stopping it, but stuff keep coming in my head. To all my criminal people, why is it that in the justice field or whatever, if you plead to something, they'll drop something else? Is it that they're gonna basically put you away for that crime? Like, would you get more time if you was charged? I just don't understand that. Like, give me some clarity on that in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Chat, let me know what happened. Like, why? Like, because every time I react to one of these, they'll be like, yeah, he killed 4 people, but since he played out the one, the other 3 people, they just dropped it. Or he robbed 10 folk, but he played out the 3, so they dropped the other 7. Like, why is that? Like, why?
he'll be back on the streets and he will start dabbling into rap music along with his homie, Mac Fo. And over the next several years, he would manage to stay out of the line of sight of the law while running the streets. Now, at some point in time, a collective of PIRUS from Compton, from Campanella Park, and the Westside PIRUS will come together to form Rosecrans Music Group. It will be different rappers from both sides as one unit, and Tone will be involved. Now, eventually, Antonio will start going by Rosecrans Tone. But at this point in time, Tone was still hustling in the streets, so rapping was not his main focal point. But by 2018, he would be arrested for being in possession of a firearm with a prior violent conviction. Now, with this new charge, he will be sentenced to 2 years in prison. Now, after spending some time in prison, he will be back out on the streets. Now, at this point in his life, Tone wanted to change. So he would start focusing on music a little bit more, and he would start dropping rap songs here and there, but still not taking it too seriously.
Stop playing on the gang that I showed it out. Too many clips, niggas thought it was a movie house. So many fuck
But by the end of 2020, Tone will start going extremely hard, focusing on his music.
He sound like he was cool,
him
too.
Dropping songs from left to right. He and his homie, named Rosecrans Hop Out, would link up a lot and start putting our music together. Now, with this new inspiration, Tone would even invest in building a home studio at his house so he would be able to record anytime he felt like it. Now, with Tone investing in his music...
Hey, that's what's up. Shout out to him. Long living, bro. You feel me? Well, if he ain't dead, then, you know, God bless him. You feel me? But, like, when you serious about some gang, you gonna make sure that it's very accessible to you, bro. So, like, if you serious about working out, then you probably gonna have a treadmill, a jump rope, or some weights or something at your crib. If you serious about music, you probably gonna have a way you can record at your crib, bro. If you serious about film, studying, like you gonna, if you serious about taking pictures, you probably gonna have a camera. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna just have to go borrow or rent or something. So, you know, shout out to him for being serious enough about his dream to basically invest in himself. Because that's what it's all about, for sure.
A lot of his homies were shocked to see him doing this. But for Tone, he knew music would help keep him away from the street life and more on a positive trajectory. But even with all the positive things going on for Tone, Compton was still the same old Compton and was still plagued with gang violence. But regardless of all of that, Tone would drop his debut album called Check In. Now, this album would feature artists like Jay Worthy and his homie, Rosecrans Hop Out. Now, feeling good after releasing this, Tone will hop right back into the studio, and in no time, he will finish recording a follow-up project. And this one will be called Unexpected and Respected. And he will release his first single off this album called Overlap.
buzz down, what now? Usually got a bag, you ain't tough now.
Now, 2000...
I don't know, that right? That sound, hey, what song that is, bro? Hey, that sound kind of tough. It kind of remind me of Draco the Ruler, but it sound tough, though. That sound kind of tough. I ain't gonna kill it.
Project. And this one will be called Unexpected and Respected. And he will release his first single off this album called Overlap.
buzz down, what now? Usually got a bag, you ain't tough now.
Now, 2021 will be a good year for him. He will start building a buzz, not only around Compton, but also throughout the streets of LA. Now, over the next several months, Tone would drop more music, not slowing down, and even doing interviews with his homie Hop Out. And in October 2021, Tone dropped a new video called They Making Me Mad.
I'm still poking, I'm vaccinated. Watch me dance like I'm solid, I'm activated.
But at the
Yeah, that's that Draco flow, bro. That's that Draco the Ruler flow, bro. Hey, I ain't gonna count. A lot of my LA homies be telling me like, yeah, Draco brought a whole nother style to LA. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know how they be. Draco wasn't the first one to rock like that, but bro, that shout out, yeah. Hey, long live Draco the Ruler though.
same time, the streets of Compton was heating up, and by December 2021, all hell would break loose. Now, at the time, the ongoing beef between the alliance called NWA, which stood for Nella's, Westside PIRUS, and the Athens Park Bloods, versus the East Coast Crips. Now, this beef between NWA and the East Coast had been cooking for a long time, but it will all boil over after the Athens Park Bloods would kill an 8'9" East Coast Crip named Hellboy.
PD homicide detectives are on the scene right now. Investigators put a canopy over the teen's body. Heirs have been captured footage of the car, which is riddled with bullet holes. LAPD tells Eyewitness News this was a car-to-car shooting. So far, there is no description of the suspect's car or their getaway.
Now, with the death of their homie, the East Coast Crips was out for blood and targeting anybody from any of their rival neighborhoods. But at the same time, Rosecrans Tone was still on his grind, gearing up for his newest EP, which he had planned on dropping on New Year's Day. Now, only a week after of Hellboy losing his life, the East Coast Crips will go on a string of shootings targeting their enemies, and their very first shooting would take place on December 6th. Now, one of their first targets would be members from South Los 13. Now, that night, the East Coast Crips would pull up to an RV parked on 116th Street. Inside was Jose Palma and Hector Cervantes, both from South Los. Both men were inside chilling, and only moments later, the East Coast Crips would slide through and let off a barrage of shots into that RV. Both men would be shot multiple times, and they would die from their wounds. Now, the following day, on December 7th, the East Coast Crips were back at it yet again. Now, this time, they would head over to the Athens Park Blood Hood on El Segundo Boulevard, targeting 3 Bloods at an Arco gas station. Now, with these multiple shootings,
These niggas slide. They sliding, cuz. Like, if I was a member or a stepper and something happened to me, this is how you slide. Oh! Don't worry about who did it. Don't worry about who did it. Don't kill. Don't try to find out. No, slide on everybody. We ain't like everybody.
So police still had no suspects and had no clue if these shootings were connected whatsoever. Now, with all this drama going on, Rosecrans Tone was continuing his promo run and finishing up his final touches on his newest EP. He will also head to social media and announce his first single, which features Skilla Baby and AD, which he had planned on dropping on Christmas Eve. But sadly, did Tone know that death will be coming for him next.
Shout out AD, man.
On December 14th, 2021, Rosecrans Tone will be out and about, chopping it up with his homies like Zoe out in Compton. Now, later that evening, after making his runs, he will head back to the crib.
Wait, you renovated your home without...
I know y'all don't like the ads. Sorry.
How? With Home Tap.
Now, at around 5:40 p.m., Tone will be outside, standing in his driveway, talking to his landlord, who had come by to collect the rent money. Down the street was a black Mercedes-Benz SUV filled with the East Coast Crips inside, and they were riding through the neighborhood looking for some Westside PIRUS to shoot. Now, as Tone continued talking to his landlord, that's when that black SUV would pull up, and a shooter would hop out with a chopper from the passenger seat and open fire. Tone would be hit multiple times, but in the midst of being shot, a second shooter would then hop out, emerging from the car, and start shooting at Tone again as he laid on the ground. And when all the smoke cleared, the landlord who was talking to Tone was also hit, but she was able to drive away and get help and call 911.
Boy, y'all nigga hell, boy. I ain't get like, I get it, like, y'all little homie died or whatever, but that right there was overkill, bro. And then y'all left a witness, bro. I ain't trying to tell nobody how to murder nobody and then like that, but y'all left a witness. You know she gonna identify the truck, bro. These niggas out here doing walk downs in Benz trucks and things of that nature. But I always say this, like,
But by the time the police arrived, they would find Rosecrans Tone unconscious on the ground with over 30 shots to his body.
Oh
Sadly,
God.
he will be pronounced dead at the scene at the age of only 29 years old. Now, after word hit the street that Rosecrans Tone had been killed, only 3 hours later, his homies from the Westside PIRUS will be out looking for some get back. Now, Piru members allegedly drove over to the 11-8 East Coast Crips hood on 1118 and Main Street, where they would spot a group of East Coast Crips inside a Mazda and open fire. They would shoot at the vehicle multiple times, and 23-year-old Deontay Wilkins will be shot and killed. Now, this violence will continue all the way into the new year. Now, after the police began their investigation, nearly a year later, 7 individuals from the East Coast Crips will be arrested in connection with the shooting sprees, and 4 of the men will be charged in the murder of Rosecrans Tone.
Including murder, attempted murder, assault, and possession of a firearm by a felon for the ambush shootings across Inglewood, LA, and Compton.
This level of violence anywhere at any time shocks the conscience and is completely unacceptable.
Now, all individuals involved will be found guilty of multiple counts of murder and attempted murder.
I ain't gonna count. These two Negroes right here look like they too old to be doing that, bro. But that just go to show you, bro, like, it's all about mindset. Like a lot of people be getting older and they look older, but their mind is stuck when they were like 13 type. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need to be somewhere telling somebody about the Lord, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now these two nigga point right here, I get it, but these two right here, bro, they should have been delivered. You feel me? Ain't no way they should have been out here sliding for a 12-year-old or a 14-year-old. They should have just been sent in the nickel point. You feel me?
And sentenced to life in prison.
It bring another tone out, you know. So that's what I really like the music about, though. That's really my scoop on why I started rapping, how I started rapping, and why I will continue to rap. You know, that's beautiful.
Niggas just be dying, boy. That crazy. But the thing about it is, like, when you think about it, like 30 shots, bro, that's overkill. Like, the first guy probably had done killed him, but the other guy shot more. And I honestly believe it was because he was a rapper. Like, when you got status, bro, and you coming from the streets, bro, you become a big fish, as they would say. Which means that you a big kill. You a major kill. So if you can walk around your neighborhood saying, hey, man, that's my work. You know what I'm saying? You may get a little respect because you took out somebody who was prominent over there in that community. Somebody who probably would have, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying this is what Tone was on, but probably could have provided the community with more guns, more assets to basically win this dumbass war that these gangbangers think they got going on. You feel me? But long live Tone, man. Long live anybody who lost their life in this video. I'm not up here to glorify street violence, man. I'm just up here to bring awareness to these jits, man, these kids, that it's another way out, bro. And every time I react, bro, it's very rare that these documentaries end in a good note. And if it is a good note, they be like 60-something years old. Anyway, though, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it, though, folks, in the comment section down below, man. Don't forget to like that video. Don't forget to subscribe. After you subscribe, make sure you ring the bell. After you ring the bell, make sure you hit all, so you don't miss none of these bangers, folks. You smell me? More life or no life, more will no way. You know, we coming. OTM, man. We're going to get it out that mud every single day, man. I love y'all, man. You know what I mean? Road to 3K. We're going to get there tomorrow for sure. And, yeah, we're going to check in tomorrow, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with the big God, man. Hey, cause he love you way more than me. So if you tap in with me, you gotta tap in with him for sure. Check on y'all in a minute though, folks. Let's get it. You know we got the streets, nigga. We got the trap too. I say my trap doing numbers. I just bust another jewel. Got a player around the corner. Hey. I say my trap doing numbers like that 05 summer. Got a quarter pound on me. Hey. The trap doing numbers.